And hello and good afternoon to everybody who's joining us. I am the Chattering Magpie. It's been a while, but I hope you haven't forgotten that we do read-alongs here every Wednesday and Friday. Welcome to all of you who are with us, and to those who are coming in late or who are watching the replay. Also, welcome. So happy to have you here. Today I'm joined by the gang. Hey gang, how are you?
Hello.
Howdy. Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Magpie shushed me. She's being mean to me.
Okay, strike one. All right, continuing on. Sorry, I haven't done strikes in a long time, and that's because everybody is so well behaved. So I do have to say that.
She's bullying me. I was trying to be nice, and she's being mean to me.
All right, settle down, child.
People behave, just not always well.
Yeah, I know. So we are continuing on with the Count of Monte Cristo, you guys. We are gonna do chapter 4 today, and we are so excited and ready. We only have 4. What's that? Is that my okay, no. We only have 4 roles to read today, and guess what? We have 4 people. Well, 5, but I don't count. So everybody gets a reading role, and we're excited and happy because of that. Let's see. But before we go live, let's just say hello to people on the chat, which are actually the people here. Teal was cutting it close, but you made it. Welcome, Teal.
Thank you.
Yes. And we also have Yay, who is here. By the way, I think, yeah, you were the first one to log into the chat, right? I think I saw you.
I was.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's somebody there already. Okay, have to get ready. So thank you for that. We also have Little Butterfly. Hello, Little Butterfly.
Hi.
By the way, Teal and Little Butterfly are like very active members in the chat. So if you guys notice, YouTube has incorporated something like an XP level situation where they rank the most engagement or something like that. So we have a little ranking. We have Teal at number 1 and Butterfly at number 2 and Crusher at number 3. And hey, Patrick is also in there at
He stole my crowd,
4.
damn it!
I encourage you all to engage positively. Do not spam. So you can try to overtake Teal. But you would have to make some really nice puns or haikus to really deserve the number 1. So just saying. Who else? Or in Crusher's case, some memes. Patrick puts, mon Dieu, I just cannot wait to continue reading Z's story after Z week-long break. Oh, yes. I hope you guys haven't forgotten what the story's about. We just got started, so I'll do a quick TLDR, I suppose, in a little bit. Let me just finish saying hello to Crusher, who is saying, greetings from the gas station. Hey, Crusher. Greetings. Hope you are doing well. Hop aboard the chat if you get the chance when you get home. No, Yay. No spamming.
All the spam.
Okay, so I do have the power of putting people in timeout. So if I see you guys spamming, I shall...
Bad, Crusher, bad.
I shall put people in timeout. So, I don't want to spam. I mean, I don't want to...
He doesn't like spam.
Who... You know what? I've never eaten spam in my life. Is it as bad as people say it is?
It's actually pretty good.
It's good.
It's fine.
Try it in a pan.
Ah. Is it like bologna or what?
So it's a combination of salt, pepper, and ham.
Oh.
That's basically what the name spam stands for. And it's used a lot in Hawaii. In fact, one of my favorite snacks is a Hawaiian snack called musubi.
And it has spam.
Yep. you put spam on a. It's kind of like a sushi kind of deal, but you put the spam on top of a bit of sticky rice or sushi rice, as some people like to call it, and then wrap it with seaweed.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sounds actually not too bad. Now, if only they had. Do they have a? Is it just pork or is there like a beef option?
I don't think there's a beef option, but I'm
okay.
not like a connoisseur of spam, so I can't really talk to that.
What? You're not a connoisseur of spam?
I'm sure someone is.
All right. So we're getting a little off topic, so I might as well. By the way, Ye wants permission to say something. What is it? I'm cautiously giving you.
I just wanted to say spam, which is what it's spelled out if you read it. So I had to read the first letter.
So I'm fine with the word. What? Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Continuing on, you guys. Let's do a little TLDR of what happened in the previous in the previous read along. I'm just seeing all you guys spamming. Okay, whatever. So today
I am not spamming. Do not accuse me of this.
So not last week, the week before, we read chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 1 introduces us to Edmond Dantès. I want to call him Dantès as his first name, but no, that's his last name, Edmond Dantès. He is a very upright, a very good boy. That's the best way I can say it. He's idealistic, hardworking. He is honorable. He also takes himself a little bit too seriously and kind of has a little bit of let's just say a little bit of character flaw. How would you describe his character flaw, you guys?
He seems to get hot under the collar pretty easily.
Well, yeah, there's his temper, but I think his main flaw in my mind is he's naive.
Oh, that is all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it would be, lovely to live in a world where that everybody is always acting with good intentions and nobody is really, being a baddie. But that's not the world that we live in. That's not the world that Edmond Dantès lives in. There's people that are out to get him. Do you guys remember who these people are and why?
Well, there is Danglars, who really just is a scheming jerk who wants what Edmond has financially.
So Danglars is one of the people that works in the same shipping company that Edmond Dantès works in, and he's also he resents the fact that Edmond is going to be captain of the ship. So he's like, yeah, this guy sucks. Good. And then there's somebody else.
He doesn't want this life scum to be promoted above him.
Yeah, true. Then he pairs up with another ne'er-do-weller. Who is this person? Anybody remember?
Ferdinand.
No. First he went with another guy. Gaspard Caderousse, if you guys will remember. He is a local tailor who thinks himself as way higher than Edmond Dantès, and he thinks that he's an upstart for trying to, do something with his life. He is a very horrible kind of person. Anything else you guys want to say about him?
He thinks Edmond's too young to be successful.
He's a upstart. Rising above his station.
Yeah. There is one thing about him that immediately made us all angry, is the fact that Edmond owed him some money, right? And so he came to call in the debt during a time when Edmond wasn't there, so he went to his father and basically deprived Edmond's father of the money that Edmond had left him to survive on. So the poor man was basically starving because freaking like Caderousse was like, yeah, you give me that money or I shall go and go to your son's company and get the money out of him. So, that was really crappy. So that's not to use that word.
I mean, I hate to be devil's advocate with this man because he's sneaky and he's definitely not a good person. However, with Edmond's profession as a sailor, especially in this time period, it's not necessarily... It's not a guarantee that he's coming back.
Yo, okay, let me play devil's advocate to your devil's advocate. I understand if he were to call in the dead 6 months after he's gone, but it was within the month that Edmond left, so it wasn't like they were like, oh, the ship is lost and all of this content, so nobody's gonna pay me the money. No, it wasn't like that.
This is also fair.
So, yeah. It was basically... He's basically a bad guy. Yeah, bad guy. And he with Danglars, together they went and rustled up another person to their numbers. And do you guys remember who this was? I think you already said it earlier.
Fernand,
yes, Fernand Mondego.
Ferdinand!
Who is... I'm really tempted to start counting your strikes, Patrick.
Fernand, not Ferdinand.
Fernand Mondego. What can you guys tell me about Fernand?
I mean, he started his... Go ahead.
He's Mercedes' cousin.
And he started his plea for wanting to marry her with saying how they're related.
Yeah, that is very important. Though, I mean, I guess in that era, people still did cousin stuff. But that is significant to us. He is her cousin, but in this particular situation, it's important because remember, Mercedes is from the Catalans. They're people that don't really mix with the other people in the neighborhood. They kind of like just mix with themselves, kind of like the Amish. They marry within their own ranks. They marry. They form their families within them. So it's the same with Mercedes. She's expected to marry one of her people. So Fernand is, of course, one of her people. He's also her cousin. He's also wanting to marry her, and she's like, yeah, you've helped me out. I'm an orphan. You've helped me out. My mother, before she died, she liked you, I guess, but that doesn't mean that I am going to marry you because I cannot love you. I already have somebody that I love, and even if he were to die, I will love him till I die. I would kill myself. That's what she said. She said she would kill herself if something happened to Edmond. Huh. Okay.
Also, if people are detecting a Spanish persuasion in their names, this is because their family are immigrants from Spain. So this is partially part of why they don't mix with the French population that they're surrounded by.
Yes. So I think we kind of covered everything. Edmond comes home. He goes immediately to see his... Did he see his father first? Or yeah, he saw his father. Then he went to go see Mercedes. And they're having a wonderful time because he now is able to marry her. And so the three baddies have now gathered together to drink wine and to plot their plots together, and
their devious plots.
Yes. To twirl their mustaches and whatnot, drink their wine, eat some corned canned cat food beef pate, maybe. Good one, Teal.
I would definitely join.
You asked for beef spam.
You're so mean. Well, good thing I'm a vegetarian. I would never ever touch that stuff. I'm really curious because I did notice when I went to Hawaii, there was spam like Patrick said, I'm like, is there any chance that I could get any of this in beef? And they just looked at me like I was crazy. So,
So that's probably because it's an acronym for salt, pepper, and ham. That's why it's called Spam.
well, is there maybe a roast beef brush so we can call it beef? I don't know.
I would never eat a thing called speef on principle.
That almost that makes me think of queef, and yeah, that's gross.
What is that? Okay.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, should I Google it? Maybe not.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Probably not. Okay, enough. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so it just so happens.
And move on.
It just so happens, you guys. That when
I think I deserved that one.
I think we should move on. I'm getting an inkling that it's not something good. So it just so happens that whenever we go for a long time without seeing each other, we overextend ourselves when it comes to the, just the chit chat before the read. So let's just get into the read. I'm excited because we all have a part. So here are the following folks. Chapter 4 is going to be read by the following people. We have Danglars is going to be read by Ye. Fernand Mondego is Patrick. Gaspard Caderousse is Steele. And Waiter is Little Purple Butterfly. All right, you guys, everybody ready? Yes?
We.
Yes.
Ready.
Let's do this. Chapter 4. Conspiracy. Danglars followed Edmond and Mercedes with his eyes until the lovers disappeared behind one of the angles of Fort St. Nicholas. Then, turning around, he perceived Fernand, who had fallen, pale and trembling, into his chair, while Caderousse stammered out the words of a drinking song.
Well, my good sir,
Said Danglars to Fernand.
here is a marriage which does not appear to make everybody happy.
Drives me to despair.
Do you then love Mercedes?
I adore her.
For long?
As long as I have known her. Always.
And you sit there tearing your hair instead of seeking to remedy your condition. I did not think that was the way of your people.
What would you have me do?
How do I know? Is it my affair? I am not in love with the Mademoiselle Mercedes. But for you, the words of the gospel, seek and you shall find.
I have found already.
What?
I would stab the man. But the woman told me if any misfortune happens to her betrothed, she would kill herself.
Women say those things, but never do them.
You do not know Mercedes. What she threatens, she will do.
Idiot.
Muttered Danglars.
Whether she kill herself or not, what matter, provided Dantès is not captain?
Before Mercedes should die,
Replied Fernand with the accents of unshaken resolution.
I would die myself.
That's what I call love.
Said Caderousse in a voice more tipsy than ever.
That's love. Or I don't know what love is.
Yay. Could you read again?
I think he said it.
Yes, come.
Said Danglars.
You appear to me a good sort of fellow, and hang me. I should like to help you, but...
Yes,
Said Caderousse.
but how?
My dear fellow,
Replied Danglars.
you are 3 parts drunk. Finish the bottle, and you will be completely so. Drink then, and do not meddle with what we are discussing, for that requires all one's wit and cool judgment.
I? Drunk?
said Caderousse.
Well, that's a good one. I could drink 4 more such bottles. They are no bigger than cologne flasks. Pere Pamphile, more wine.
And Caderousse rattled his glass upon the table.
You were saying, sir,
said Fernand, awaiting with great anxiety the end of his interrupted remark.
What was I saying? I forget. This drunken Caderousse has made me lose the thread of my sentence.
Drunk, if you like. So much the worse for those who fear wine, for it is because they have bad thoughts, which they are afraid the liquor will extract from their hearts.
And Caderousse began to sing the 2 last lines of a song very popular at the time.
Tous les marchands sont buveurs de, c'est bien prouvé par le déluge.
You said, sir, you would like to help me, but...
Yes, but I added to help you it would be sufficient that Dantès did not marry her you love. And the marriage may easily be thwarted, methinks. And yet Dantès need not die.
Death alone can separate them,
remarked Fernand.
You talk like a noodle, my friend,
said Caderousse.
And here's Danglars, who's wide awake, clever, deep fellow, who will prove to you that you are wrong. Prove it, Danglars. I have answered for you. Say there is no need why Dantès should die. It would indeed be a pity he should. Dantès is a good fellow. I like Dantès. Dantès, your health.
Fernand rose impatiently.
Let him run on,
said Danglars, restraining the young man.
Drunk as he is not much out in what he says. Absence severs as well as death. And if the walls of a prison were between Edmond and Mercedes, then they would be as effectual separated as if he lay under a tombstone.
Yes, but one gets out of prison,
said Caderousse, who, with what sense was left him, listened eagerly to the conversation.
When one gets out, and one's name is Edmond Dantès, one seeks revenge.
What matters that?
Muttered Fernand.
And why, I should like to know, should they put Dantès in prison? He has neither robbed, nor killed, nor murdered.
Hold your tongue,
said Danglars.
I won't hold my tongue. I say what I want to know why they should put Dantès in prison. I like Dantès. Dantès, your health.
And he swallowed another glass of wine. Danglars saw in the muddled look of the tailor the progress of his intoxication, and turning towards Fernand said,
Well, you understand there is no need to kill him.
Certainly not, if, as you said just now, you have the means of having Dantès arrested. Have you the means?
It is to be found for the searching. But why would I meddle in the matter? It is no affair of mine.
I know not why you meddle,
said Fernand, seizing his arm.
But this I know. You have some motive of personal hatred against Dantès. For he who himself hates is never mistaken in the sentiments of others.
I? Motives of hatred against Dantès? None, on my word. I saw you were unhappy, and your unhappiness interested me. That's all. But since you believe I act on my own account, adieu, my dear friend. Get out of the affair as best you may.
And Danglars rose as if he meant to depart.
No, no.
Said Fernand, restraining him.
Stay. It is of very little consequence to me at the end of the matter whether you have any angry feeling or not against Dantès. I hate him. I confess it openly. Do you find the means I will execute it? Do you find the means I will execute it, provided it is not to kill the man? For Mercedes has declared she will kill herself if Dantès is killed.
Caderousse, who had let his head drop on the table, now raised it, and looking at Fernand with his dull and fishy eyes, he said,
Kill Dantès? Who talks of killing Dantès? I won't have him killed. I won't. He's my friend, and this morning offered to share his money with me, as I shared mine with him. I won't have Dantès killed. I won't.
And who has said a word about killing him, Muddlehead?
replied Danglars.
We were merely joking. Drink to his health.
He added, filling Caderousse's glass.
And do not interfere with us.
Yes, yes. Dantès, good health.
Said Caderousse, emptying his glass.
Here's to his health. His health. Hurrah!
But the means. The means?
Said Fernand.
Have you not hit upon any?
Asked Danglars.
No, you undertook to do so.
True.
Replied Danglars.
The French have the superiority over the Spaniards, and the Spaniards ruminate where the French invent.
Do you invent, then?
Said Fernand impatiently.
Waiter,
Said Danglars.
pen, ink, and paper.
Pen, ink, and paper.
Muttered Fernand.
Yes, I am a supercargo. Pen, ink, and paper are my tools, and without my tools I am fit for nothing.
Pen, ink, and paper, then.
Said Fernand loudly.
There is what you want on the table.
Said the waiter.
Bring them here.
The waiter did as he was desired.
When one thinks,
Said Caderousse, letting his hand drop on the paper.
there is here wherewithal to kill a man more sure than if we waited at the corner of a wood to assassinate him. I've always had more dread of a pen, a bottle of ink, and a sheet of paper than a sword or pistol.
The fellow is not so drunk as he appears to be.
Said Danglars.
Give him some more wine, Fernand.
Fernand filled Caderousse's glass, who, like the confirmed topper he was, lifted his hand from the paper and seized the glass. The Catalan watched him until Caderousse, almost overcome by this fresh assault on his senses, rested, or rather, dropped his glass upon the table.
Well,
Resumed the Catalan, as he saw the final glimmer of Caderousse's reason vanishing before the last glass of wine.
Well, then, I should say, for instance,
Resumed Danglars.
that if after a voyage such as Dantès has made, in which he touched the island of Elba, someone were to denounce him to the king's procure as a Bonapartist agent,
I will denounce him.
exclaimed the young man hastily.
yes, but they will make you then sign your declaration and confront you with him after. Confront him with. And confront you with him you have denounced. I will supply you with the means of supporting your accusation, for I know the fact well. But Dantès cannot remain forever in prison, and one day or other he will leave it. And the day when he comes out, woe betide him who was the cause of his incarceration.
Oh, I should wish nothing better than that he would come and seek a quarrel with me.
Yes, and Mercedes. Mercedes will detest you if you have only the misfortune to scratch the skin of her dearly beloved Edmond.
True,
said Fernand.
No.
Continued Danglars.
If we resolve on such a step, it would be much better to take, as I now do, this pen, dip it into the ink, and write with the left hand, that the writing may not be recognized, the denouncement we propose.
And Danglars, uniting practice with theory, wrote with his left hand, and in a writing reversed from his usual style and totally unlike it, the following lines which he handed to Fernand, and which Fernand read in undertone.
The Honorable, the King's Attorney, is informed by a friend of the throne and religion that one Edmond Dantès, mate of the ship Pharaon, arrived this morning in Smyrna, after having touched at Naples and Porto Ferrajo, has been entrusted by Murat with a letter for the usurper, and by the usurper with a letter for the Bonapartist committee in Paris. Proof of his crime will be found on arresting him, for the letter will be found upon him, or at his father's, or in his cabin on board the Pharaon.
Very good.
Resumed Danglars.
Now your revenge looks like common sense, for in no way can it revert to yourself, and the matter will thus work its own way. There is nothing to do but forward the letter, as I am doing, and write upon it, to the king's attorney, and that's all settled.
And Danglars wrote their address as he spoke.
Yes, and that's all settled,
exclaimed Caderousse, who, by a last effort of intellect, had followed the reading of the letter, and instinctively comprehended all the misery with which such a denunciation must entail.
Yes, and that's all settled, only it will be an infamous shame.
And he stretched out his hand to reach the letter.
Yes,
said Danglars, taking it from beyond his reach.
and as what I say and do is merely in jest, and I, amongst the first and foremost, should be sorry if anything happened to Dantès, the worthy Dantès. Look here.
And taking the letter, he squeezed it up in his hands and threw it into a corner of the arbor.
All right. Dantès is my friend. I won't have him ill-used.
And who thinks of using him ill? Certainly neither I nor Fernand,
said Danglars, rising, and looking at the young man, who still remained seated, but whose eye was fixed on the denunciatory sheet of paper flung into the corner.
In this case, let's have some more wine. I wish to drink to the health of Edmond and the lovely Mercedes.
You have had too much already, drunkard.
said Danglars.
And if you continue, you will be compelled to sleep here, because unable to stand on your legs.
I?
Said Caderousse, rising with all the offended dignity of a drunken man.
I can't keep on my legs? Why, I'll wager I can go up on the belfry of the Accuse, and without staggering, too.
Done.
Said Danglars.
Take your bet, but tomorrow. Today it is time to return. Give me your arm and let us go.
Very well, let us go. But I don't want your arm at all. Come, Fernand, won't you return to Marseille with us?
No,
Said Fernand.
I shall return to the Catalans.
You're wrong. Come with us to Marseille. Come along.
I will not.
What do you mean? You will not. Well, just as you like, my prince. There's liberty for all the world. Come along, Danglars, and let's let the young gentleman return to the Catalans if he chooses.
Danglars took advantage of Caderousse's temper at the moment to take him off toward the Marseille by the Port Saint-Victor, staggering as he went. When they had advanced about 20 yards, Danglars looked back and saw Fernand stoop, pick up the crumpled paper, and putting it into his pocket, then rushed out of the harbor towards Pillon.
Well, why would a lie he told? He said he was going to the Catalans, and he's going to the city. Hello, Fernand. You're coming, my boy.
Oh, you don't see straight.
Said Danglars.
He's gone right by the road to the Villers infirmaries.
Well, I should have sworn that he turned to the right. How treacherous wine is.
Come.
Said Danglars to himself.
Now the thing is at work, and it will effect its purpose unassisted.
End of chapter. Ooh. So,
Bum, bum, bum.
yeah, exactly. You know what? That was actually fairly quick. But yeah.
Yeah, no, these chapters seem to go pretty quick.
Yeah, but the other one is considerably longer, like twice as long or more. So we'll just end here. So let's talk a little bit about what happened here. I don't know, man. There's some people that just have like such a good skill to do evil, and man, this Danglars guy, he just knew exactly how to do it, because he knew that Fernand still had some scruples, you know, and he's just like, yeah, you know what? I'll let you have the what is it like? I'll let you do as if you never did anything. Well, how do you call it? An accountability? No. There's a way that it was like in him like saying like, yeah, we're just joking around. I'm just gonna throw the paper. Like, yeah, we're all.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I did nothing to harm my reputation.
Yeah. So, oh man. Accountability.
I have no reason to
What is that?
shame.
What they call it? Yeah. So
Plausible deniability?
yes, there you go. Thank you. I see we have lawyers in the house. So what else did you guys notice about this meeting that you found interesting or remarkable?
So it seems like Cateru isn't fully on board with this plot.
No?
Yeah, indeed. They kind of had to talk around him.
Oh.
He knows
Yeah,
he
he
can
kept-
just go to Father Dantes and get 140 francs, so he doesn't want his cash cow going away.
Yeah, there's also that. But it also seemed like he was professing his friendship and admiration for Dantes. I mean, Teal's suggestion that he may stand to benefit from his relationship with Edmond definitely stands as a potential motivation for him, but I don't know.
So
I think there's a level.
Go ahead.
He's just a happy drunk is how I read it too.
Yeah, happy drunk. I wonder if he's like, yeah, I want something terrible to come upon him just to put him in place, but not necessarily to like kill him. I think that might also be it. Whereas Danglars would be like super okay with him dying, I guess. I feel like he's cool with that. It's like, I could live with myself. And for now, the only thing that keeps him back is the knowledge that if he's involved in something, Mercedes will he will have to pay through Mercedes. So other than that, he would like happily go and just kill the man, I guess. There is something though that I kind of feel like they are their characterization of Fernand is that he's like not necessarily Spaniard, but like I think they're kind of like gypsy people or something like that, right? Like Romani, or because they're wanderers, and I feel like they're I don't know if that's also the case. Like they want to paint a particular character who is not French in that light, like just absolutely just kind of brutal. I don't know what you guys thought about that too. Like the characterization, like it depends on like who is. Yeah, they all kind of want to see bad on Edmond, just in different ways. I feel though the one that actually wants him to die is Danglars.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Danglars definitely has the conniving spirit of like a snake, and Fernand, he seems to possess the fiery passions of a Spaniard.
I do not know what you're talking about. I am no snake. I am French.
You're a frog. All right.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear you use the French accent, I can't help but think of Antoine from a Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon when I was a kid.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
He was a fun character. Bit of a coward, but
I do appreciate Danglars' gaslighting, gatekeeping, and girl bossing his way to the fall of Dantès.
Yeah. There's also something about how he's taking delight in manipulating Fernand. So there's a certain kind of like people that are like that. Like they just love manipulating others, and it's like a perverse delight in it. So he was definitely having a ball there.
Yeah, he's definitely the brains of the operation.
So we'll see what ends up happening. Of course, we all kind of have our guesses, especially if we already watched the movie, as we did the other day. I hadn't watched the movie, by the way, in a while, so I was really surprised at some of the changes that I had totally forgotten. But
which one? The recent film or the Henry Cavill one?
So the one that we watched last Sunday was the one where Henry Cavill appears. He is one of the characters. He's still a very young one, but I hadn't seen that one. Back, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, I watched that one. And that's the Count of Monte Cristo that I remembered, story-wise. I was surprised that some of the, like, now all of the differences, now that we're kind of reading the book. So.
Hey, Crusher, you are in this voice chat with us. You could always say what you're posting.
Is Crusher posting? Okay, Crusher says, speaking of bad AI, I posted some. Alright, let's take let's take a look at the bad AI.
Teal says it.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's some major spoilers.
All right. We'll hold off on them. We can save it in chapter 3. Oh, I see.
I think the second one is.
The second one should be good. So we'll watch the second one. Yeah, for some reason the chapters are off. It probably is a AI thing. So this is chapter 2 rather, and the one that says chapter 4. It says, I've been ill, the 60 francs are gone. I had to pay the debt. It's funny because like all the what happened is actually Edmond that's supposed to be asking that. Like it's only the father talking in this one. Yeah, AI still has a little bit to go, but it's pretty interesting what they're doing. Chapter 3 also has let me see. Okay, I'm putting that one too because that one is also safe. It's out to sea. He meets Danglars. Danglars expresses his jealousy. Hey, welcome! What a lucky man. I'll get revenge on him. I'll get revenge on... Yeah. I don't know. The funny thing is like how the AI is doing it. Like it makes little mistakes and stuff.
Oh yeah, I made this while I was multitasking, eating and generating.
AI has ways to go, but it is improving.
Yeah. All right, so
I decided to change it up a bit to be like South Park style.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, we're out with the Ghibli, right? All right, so we're going to see what happens. Maybe Fernand loses the letter. Maybe he doesn't post it at the end. Maybe he has like one last bit of conscience tells him don't post that letter. Who knows? It could happen. We don't know what's gonna happen in the next chapter. Maybe he listens.
You really think that Danglars is going to? You really think that Danglars is going to miss out on his opportunity to screw over Edmond?
Well,
Wait.
Obviously, I would never screw over Dantès.
He's a righteous man.
Sure.
He threw away the letter.
Yeah.
And he washed his hands of it.
Yeah. He is absolutely blameless. Oh my gosh.
It was a joke.
About as blameless as Pontius Pilate.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to continue reading chapter 4. It's going to be a long one and we're going to have a lot of rules. So if you want to join us, remember you can just become part of my channel. Maybe not this channel. I should probably look up the link for the other channel. Oh, yeah. Why did I only wait till now? So if you want to become part of this rambunctious lot, please do so. We are perfectly safe. We are perfectly friendly and amiable. You can do so by looking for the link, by joining my channel. Not this one, it's the Chattering Magpie. There's the link. Hit the join button, and then you can, at the noble tier, you can have early access to new videos, members only videos, members only Discord server access, and yeah, join a wonderful community of bookworm lovers.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and join us. We would love to have more members in this Discord.
Yes.
Don't forget to smash that bell.
Please do so, and we will see you then on Friday 1 o'clock as usual. Today reading we had Ye reading Danglars, Patrick reading Fernand Mondego, Teal singing with Gaspard Caderousse, Good job. You were so nervous. You were a natural. And we had
You almost had a joke a couple times.
Good.
And Little Butterfly joined us for the role of the waiter. Your whopping one line. Next time, Butterfly. All right. Take care, everybody. Oh, and thank you to Teal, who is doing the highlighting for us for this book. We will see you then on Friday.
Yay, Teal!
Teal MVP.
Yeah, and Crusher for his memes. Thank you. Barrel. I'm gonna have to mute you guys in the next.
Time him out. Time him out. Take away his crown. I want it back.
What does it matter if I time him out now when we're almost done? Okay. You know what? Okay, hold on a second.
It matters to me.
Let's do an experiment. I'm gonna put you in timeout for a sec, Crusher. Let's see what happens. No, you know what? I'm gonna time Patrick out for a second.
Hey, what did I do?
All right.
We
Crusher, I'm gonna time you out for 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. Oh, it deletes the messages? Whoa. No.
Nice.
Maybe for 10 seconds it deletes them. Crusher, I am so sorry you were the guinea pig for this experiment. It deleted your comments. Oh no. Has it been 10 seconds yet?
I still don't have my crown.
Did you ever have a crown, Patrick?
I did. I had number 3.
Aw. Oh yeah, you did. Crusher, can you type stuff now?
There you go.
Okay, so you're back. But it does delete the messages that you posted previously. Alright, so there's your bit of warning, you guys. If you guys spam, I will time you out and that will delete all of your previous comments, unfortunately. Thank you, Crusher, for volunteering to be our guinea pig. Have a heart. There you go. I send you heart.
Having the crown as a Frenchman is like putting my head on the block.
I should hope you value your life and yeah. All right, you guys, we're off. We're just here meandering, just whatever desultory talk. We'll see you guys later on Friday. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
There's a reason they call a group of magpies a mischief.
I saw your last comment to sadly breaks. Sadly breaks out the guillotine.
What did he
Revolution.
Justice has come for you, Patrick, and for your crown.
I don't have a choice. It's what needs to happen.
Oh my gosh, we're still not. Hold on, I thought I had